With us right now is Colonel Joni. I thought I'd call you by your rank today. Colonel, how are you?
I am good, Simon. It's great to be with you.
It's a Colonel Day. You're the second Colonel I've had on the show today.
Yes, wonderful. Happy birthday to the reserves.
Exactly right. I asked another buddy of mine who's in the Guard what the difference was, and he goes, well, they don't have infantry units, and then sent me a smiley face. And I discovered that apparently they do have one infantry unit. It's in Hawaii.
Typically, the combat units are located within the National Guard.
Yes, but they do have one.
But they do.
They do have one. All right, so you announced not too long ago the latest incarnation of Roast and Ride.
Yes, my 5th annual Roast and Ride is coming up June 15th. I'm really excited about it. The 5th. It has been 5 years, and this will be my official 2020 campaign kickoff event. I'm very excited about it.
So you always get big name people to show up for that, right?
Well, I have in the past.
Yes, you have.
But this will be my campaign kickoff. So we'll announce additional speakers in the future. But this is my campaign kickoff. I'm really excited about it. I've really enjoyed working for Iowans and hope to have their confidence in their vote coming up in 2020.
So are you you feel that you should just show up there and say vote for me as opposed to having other people say vote for her?
I hope I'll be able to lay out the platform that I've been working so hard on over the past 5 years and be able to share that with our attendees.
Now, you usually pick a military charity to benefit as well. So which military charity have you picked this time?
Absolutely. We have Retrieving Freedom, Inc., which provides service animals for veterans and also for children that have autism. So that is the charity we will be working for this year. And just remind those folks that when you sign up for Roast and Ride, the ticket price is $20 per person. And then you have the option of joining us on that motorcycle ride. If you choose to register as a motorcycle rider, that $20, all of the $20 will go towards that charity. So there you have it, folks. We come out, we honor veterans. It's just a ride for fun. We'll start at Big Barn Harley-Davidson and end up at the Central Iowa Expo in Boone, and we're going to have a great time. All
right, and we'll let you do this. Where do people have to go to do this?
They need to go to my website, roastandride.com.
All spelled out?
Have ROAST
all spelled out.
ANDRIDE.com.
There you go. All right. Well, we wanted to do that. I was just wondering if we knew the big name yet. It could be very interesting.
Yet.
There's going to be another. Trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be another name. Trust me. All right. We'll hopefully reveal it exclusively on this show, Senator.
That would be wonderful, wouldn't it?
I'll work with people who know you.
Very good. Thank you.
And she's probably listening right now. So there you go. All right, let's talk about some other stuff that is going on. Obviously, Iowa, Nebraska, deeply affected by weather. And there's two aspects to this. First of all, immediate help. Politics got in the way. People still find this hard to believe.
Yes, absolutely. What we had on the floor of the Senate a few weeks ago when we were voting on the disaster supplemental package was just appalling. We had a very comprehensive package, which did include funding for the Midwest, our disaster supplemental package. It included the disasters from 2018, Georgia, the Carolinas, Florida, and so forth. And it was blocked by the Senate Democrats. They voted it down because it did not have more funding for Puerto Rico. There was funding for Puerto Rico in the bill, but they wanted more funding for Puerto Rico.
And of course, Puerto Rico already had a whole chunk of change, and a lot of it's missing.
Puerto Rico has had billions upon billions of dollars of disaster relief provided for it, but that's what we asked for, is accountability. Show us where those dollars are, what the dollars went for. Why would we continue to support in that manner without having accountability and then not be able to provide support to the folks that went through disasters last year, as well as the folks that are suffering in Southwest Iowa right now?
So where are we with this bill?
Well, I sat down with President Trump, Chairman Shelby, who is in charge of the appropriations, and Florida Senator Rick Scott before I left Washington, D.C. And we talked through a potential bill that could be proposed again. And Chairman Shelby, he's going back. He'll work with Patrick Leahy. He's a senator that's the ranking member. And hopefully we'll have a package that we can get through the Senate. I am hopeful about it, but I'm worried about what will happen then in the House because, again, they are demanding more money for Puerto Rico.
Well, there's 3 Iowa Congress people from the Democratic Party in the House, and you would hope that they would stand up for the state.
I certainly would hope that they would stand up for the state. But my question has been, we have all of these senators that are running for the Democratic candidacy for president. All of those senators voted no on the disaster package that would have supported the Midwest.
So I know you've been very busy. I don't know if you've heard much of my show today, but when we opened the show, I pointed out that there are an awful lot of progressives who think that as long as the Democrats don't go to the crazy, they actually could beat President Trump in 2020. I disagree, but they believe that they could. And now we've got, Bernie Sanders, who is leading the pack. Every poll you look at, he's the guy. He's saying not only should the Boston bomber get to vote in that particular presidential election and all future presidential elections, but it doesn't matter if you're a serial rapist who tortured and then murdered your victims. You too should be able to vote for the president of the United States. And never mind that the people that they killed have been disenfranchised permanently. So you've got that going. You've got that going on. They're reaching for the crazy. Kamala Harris says we need to have a conversation about that. I don't know what conversation. She's also said she's going to use gun-grabbing executive orders.
Well,
she's made that very clear. They're going for the crazy.
They're going to the extreme, and I would argue. Let's talk a little bit about due process.
Yeah.
If they want to see folks in prison have the right to vote, then let's talk about due process and what they've proposed with some of the gun regulations. They have proposed taking people's Second Amendment rights away without due process.
Yep.
So, yet they want to provide felons the opportunity to vote from prison. So, let's talk about it. There are a lot of law-abiding citizens out there, and yet they could be subject to gun-grabbing folks on the left that would demand taking away their rights without due process. I think this is totally backwards.